Hello and welcome to the Just Us Express. My name is Just Us, and today is a very special episode because today we have special guest Sawboss. How are you doing today? Welcome to the show.
Doing good.
Good.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. I've wanted to have you on here for a while. Honestly, I wanted to have you on here since we started, so I'm glad that we finally got you here. So for those of you who don't know who Sawboss is, he is an independent Jamaican rapper who's been producing his own music and his own beats, like all of it from scratch, for quite some time. And you actually did a song for me a while back.
And I've got someone on my mind, I think about her all the time. And don't you think I haven't tried to kill that love that's deep inside? Next I drink, I smoke, get high, and if that works, I'll laugh and smile. But honestly, it's been a while since I was okay and docile. And don't tell me that it's okay, I screamed it out the other day. Don't tell me it's a certain way when I'm the one in this cracked brain. And don't tell me I'm lying, cause I'm so high I'm flying. Your love is paralyzing, cause without you I am dying.
I'm not gonna lie, I still sing that song sometimes and I still listen to it and stuff. I love it. I love it so much. And I wanted to say thank you again for all the hard work that you put into that. I really appreciate it a lot. Did you think that was gonna turn out that well though?
The version you had before that, I saw the potential, so I tried my best to bring it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Liked how it turned out.
I liked how it turned out too. So you've been producing music for a while now. I'm curious though, because I've listened to quite a bit of your music. I've been listening to it for a couple years now. I know that you originated in Jamaica, but like where exactly did you grow up and what impact did that have on your music?
Oh, I grew up in Jamaica mainly. So both parishes, Clarendon and Jamaica. And I listened to Jamaican music mainly while I was there. But when I first traveled over here, my cousin was always playing these different genres and all these things, and I'm like, started to soak in all of it, and then I wanted to integrate it into my music, mixing international side with the Jamaican side.
I like it. I can definitely see that in your music. I definitely can see like how it has like it's more modern. It has kind of that more electronic sound sometimes, but it still maintains that very cultural feeling of your original country. And I love that a lot. I really like it a lot. So how long have you been creating music?
I've been creating music since 2012. But 2013, I started taking it real serious, learning how to make beats.
Okay, so let's say you started in 2013. So you've been doing this for 11 years now, if I have that correctly?
Yeah.
Wow, 11 years. What's the biggest thing that you've learned in that period of time?
Always stay consistent.
Always stay consistent.
Even if you ain't putting out music all the time, keep on putting in the work. I was it takes around 10,000 hours to master something. And then there's a whole lot of things I want to master. So I gotta be consistent, always doing something.
Hey, I like that answer. That's a good answer. I like that answer. Good answer. What would you say is who would you say has been your biggest musical influence, your biggest musical inspiration?
Bob Marley.
Really? Bob, did you say Bob Marley?
Yeah, Bob Marley.
That's a good choice. I like Bob Marley a lot. I was literally just walking through the house the other day singing one of his songs. I love Bob Marley. In fact, you were actually the one who really turned me on to Bob Marley.
When I used to play
Yeah. Which I feel like that's really stereotypical of me as a white person. As to never have listened to Bob Marley until I meet a Jamaican, and then they introduced me to Bob Marley. Because didn't Bob Marley originate from? Did he originate from Jamaica?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Okay, so that's really cool. I love that. It's a good answer. What is your favorite song that you've produced so far? Prodigy?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that song. That is the song that we teased at the end of that one music video that we produced, right?
Stop.
You are back again.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Do you know who you are, Sia?
Definitely.
Prodigy gotta be making that move. Stacking that bread, I be baking my food. Yeah, bitch in my room, yeah, she gonna be nude. Stacking my racks is a plan in a movie. Living my life as a movie. Living my life as a chosen. Living my life as a movie. Prodigy child on the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, we never made the sequel. We never made another music video, did we? Need to make that.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna make it.
I have you on public record saying that now, okay? So the next time I call you, I'm like, we can work on this, and you're like, nah, I will, you know what?
Well, this year I'm putting out a whole lot of videos.
Okay, all right, then. I'm down. I am down, dude. Because when we produced that other video, you posted that ended up getting a couple thousand views, I believe. It actually was up there with some of your other videos, right? Like, how is that video doing now?
It's still at 4K, but
it's at 4,000. Wow. Okay, well, it's more than what I remember being. I remember being at like 2,000, like a little over, like under 2,000.
Bad Boy Rockstar. Yeah.
Yep. So when we were, I can't remember if this podcast has been released or not, or if we cut it from our release schedule, but I told a story a while back. I don't know if it's still there, so I'll just tell it again. But remember when you and I were filming that one scene, it was the middle of the night, and you were on top of the shipping container. Do you remember that? And you remember when I was trying to get the shot, you were wearing the black vest, you were wearing the black pants. No, you weren't wearing black pants, I don't think, but you were wearing the black vest. And I remember I was trying to get focus on you, we were trying to get a good shot, and the camera could not see you because the sky was black and you were black. And so I looked up at you, I was like, yo, don't take this the wrong way, but you're black, the sky's black, and the camera can't see you. We have to change the angle here. Do you remember that?
I remember.
So I have a question for you. I've recently been having some different discussions about like racism. A while ago, I released a little YouTube short in which I asked why I couldn't say the N-word. Let's take America. If we really have free speech, then why can't I say the word nigger? Oh, I know, I just said that. Yeah, and I did just say that. But let me ask you a question. If the First Amendment right is that I have free speech and I can say whatever I want, then why now is there a single word that I'm not allowed to say? That seems like it violates the First Amendment, doesn't it? Well, no, it's a bad word and it offends people. Okay, you know what else offends people? Change. Change offends people. And you know the people that it offends the most? The people who want to stay the same. I got a lot of backlash from that video. A lot of people had a lot of different things to say. A lot of people had some really great things to say, and I really appreciate some of the comments that they made. But I remember reading some of the comments after releasing that video and thinking back to that story and just like, where's the racism in that kind of honest communication? I'm asking you.
All right. For a white person to say the N-word, it depends. Like, you can say one word and like you mean it in a cool way, and then you can say the same word and you mean it in a like disrespectful and aggressive way. You get me? So like that's a very thin line.
You're right. But isn't there? I feel like isn't there a third option where you can use certain words within an informational context?
Like if you're giving an example.
Well, I think that an example of that would be the video I released, because the entire point that I was making when I said that word was if we really have free speech in this country, why are there all these different taboos in our speech, things that we can and cannot say, and things that certain people can say and things that other people can't say?
Oh, not free speech. Like if you had free speech, there wouldn't be penalty for saying certain. Like if there's penalty for saying certain, that ain't free speech. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I do. I get what you're saying. So does that confirm, or does it completely deny the idea that you can use certain words in specifically informational context, like an educational context? Like, for instance, how can I educate someone on a certain topic without fully giving them the actual language?
That's true. That makes sense, because if I'm gonna teach you, I'm gonna have to give it to you straight, blunt, like watch it, but
exactly, and that's where I feel like we've kind of lost track of that. Like,
if amongst your peers, you're like teaching one another, like, hey, like saying this or that, you know, like it's not a good thing or so forth, or you know what I'm saying? Even if you're gonna say it, don't say it around like specific
Yeah.
People that might interpret it bad way. 'Cause
Yes.
you might mean it in a good way, they hear it, or you might not mean it in a bad way, and they hear it and they take it in a bad way either way. So like,
Yes.
you just gotta like be aware.
Be aware. Exactly. And see, a lot of people commented on that video and they were like, go into like a black neighborhood and or a lot of people were like, go into the hood and say that word and see if you get shot or see how you get beat up or whatever. And I was like, but I would never go somewhere and start insulting people and just throwing words at them. I use that word in a specific context to illustrate a specific point. Well, look, I didn't expect the conversation to go that direction, but I really am enjoying it. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick intermission for ourselves and for our audience, and we'll be right back to keep interviewing Sawboss. So stick around, good stuff. If we really have free speech, then why can't I say the word nigger?
Do you think that Justice is like a racist for saying what he said?
It does trigger something.
The entire point that I was making when I said that word was if we really have free speech in this country.
No free speech. Like if you had free speech, there wouldn't be penalty for saying certain. Like if there's penalties for saying certain, that ain't free speech.
There are always consequences to an action.
What did you do exactly?
Took off my clothes and stood there. I got the fear really bad reading that doggone Google News. Yellowstone's gonna blow, a meteor's gonna hit, a war's gonna start. It's all promoted to make you feel fear.
Now, you can say whatever you want to say. You can do whatever you want to do. You know what that's called? Free will.
Hello and welcome back to the Just Us Express. My name is Just Us and we're back with Sawboss. How you doing? Did you enjoy the break?
Yeah, man.
Good.
I was recording a song and I'm working on now.
Oh wow, so you were recording a song while you were on the break?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a break.
No.
Well, dude, that's funny. That's funny. I was actually, you'll be happy to hear that as soon as we cut recording, I immediately got into backing up all the footage that we just filmed. So everything that we just filmed is already backed up and ready to go. But look, we'll go ahead and jump right back in with a question because earlier we were talking about kind of where you grew up and how it, like the impact it had on your music. So I'm wondering, well, before I ask that, I'm wondering when exactly did you leave Jamaica and come to the States?
Started traveling over here from 2016.
So you got here 2016?
Yeah.
So you've been here about 8 years now?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow, so 8 of the 11 years that you've been working on your music have been here in the United States.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's definitely really awesome. So coming from Jamaica, because you've only been here about 8 years, but 8 years is a long period of time for you to be able to, you know, kind of get a feel for the country and stuff like that. What is the biggest difference between Jamaica and between Jamaican and American culture specifically? Like, what's the biggest difference that, oh boy. Let's hear it.
I'm saying it the nicest way possible. No disrespect to anybody. In Jamaica, we have it very easy identifying genders. Over here, it's very complicated to understand. You guys have a very wide variety of genders. So, like, that's the biggest cultural difference I can like really see that like stands out.
What is the biggest example of that standing out to you? And like what's an example of something that's really simple in Jamaican culture but like we seem to unnecessarily complicate here?
Gender?
Really? That's the so you, like in Jamaica so you're referring to people who assume different gender identities? Is that what you're talking about?
Man, I ain't going no further than that. I almost say that the major difference that I see in the culture is like over here there's a whole lot of diversity when it comes to gender. Okay. And in Jamaica it's quite like simple.
Just male and female.
Yeah, we do know that hey, we got the lesbians and the gays, but you guys have a whole lot of this over here compared to over there. Like that's the biggest difference that I would say stand out. The food, the music, the vibes, energy is different, but my little bubble, that's just like shocking.
So that's been like kind of the most shocking part of being in America is seeing kind of the gender diversity.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was so much.
It's really important to people here. It's and honestly,
I
I'm
know
like,
it's important. I ain't offending nobody. I'm just like,
no, the reason I say that, dude, just hear me out here. The reason I say that is because it's really important to people here, but the minute that you leave the country, like it loses almost all importance. Like there's only a few other countries that are as obsessed with it as Americans are, but you go to a place like Jamaica, you go to a place like Africa or some of these other places, that's not even on you. They're not even thinking about that.
got more important things to not that they ain't important, but you know, like.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. So, what coming to America? I mean, you obviously, leaving Jamaica, you came to America. What are you hoping to achieve with your music here exactly?
All right. So the main goal from before I started actually making music, I want to connect both market. I realized dancehall is like in a small little bubble. It's getting recognition, Afrobeat style and so forth, but it's not getting its full recognition. So I want to mix both parties. Same way like the trap artist like has a big audience over here. I want to like trickle dancehall in that little river over that side. Like create a channel and like have dancehall trickle inside of that. So it becomes like a bigger market scale.
Okay. I like that. That actually sounds like a pretty viable plan. That sounds like a viable plan. Like, how are you going about that right now?
I'm mixing both genres.
Oh, really? So you're doing 2 channels full time?
No, I have one channel. When I said channel, I mean like figuratively speaking. Like.
Oh, okay, I get it. My bad.
So is on this river flowing over here, and then
okay,
trap over here. They already got trap dancehall, but there's a way more different genres over this side, which I want to implement with it. So like. Trying to like mix both worlds.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think that you're gonna have a really strong appeal for a very larger audience than what you may think it is right now, because there's more of a demand for cultural diversity now than there ever has been. So what you're definitely on to something there. What's your favorite song?
All right, now.
Yeah. Because earlier you said your biggest musical influence was Bob Marley. So what's your favorite song? And it doesn't have to be Bob Marley. I'm just wondering, what is your all-time favorite song?
Be happy.
Dude, that's a good one. If everyone just lived that song, man. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. I like that. Don't worry. Oh my god, dude. I freaking love talking to you, man. I love it. You always remind me of stuff that like I'm like, why haven't I been listening to that? Why haven't I been doing that or hanging out with them? I love that. That's a good one. If you could speak to, this is kind of like, I think of this question a lot, and I try to ask as many of our guests this question as possible. But if you could speak to every human being on the planet simultaneously at the same time, what would you say to them? What is the message that you think that every person needs to hear?
We're living in a simulation. It's all a dream. Make your dreams a reality by not chasing it, but manifesting it.
What do you mean by manifesting?
As in like materializing things from your mind. Everything comes from the mind. So like started here, like
you're right.
Put things and actions in place. You only get the right chemical mix formula so it can come to reality.
My sister reminded me on her podcast the other day that everything that exists was once just an idea.
It's so hard not to get like really down when we're talking about this stuff, but I think it's time to start imagining a new world instead of this crap that we're living in. I think it starts with an open mind. Yeah. It starts with a vision. Anything really cool that's ever been invented. There's a saying. Some inventor said it. I can't remember the saying. You might know it. Everything that exists was once just an idea.
So remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder about what makes the universe exist. Be curious. And however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at.
There you go. So look, man, we have a couple minutes left. Why don't you take the rest of this time? I was wondering if you had maybe you could show me a song that I haven't heard before. Or something like that, and share it with our audience. I was wondering if you had a song you could share, maybe something you're working on right now, or
yeah, could here what I'm working on right now. It's called Broken.
Okay, let's hear it. Go ahead and play it.
I'm broken. So all the doors to love I'm closing. Heartbroken.
Wow, I like it.
Kindly closing. Heartbroken. Wounds open. Now you got a pain still I bleed. Heartbroken. Kindly closing. Bright like the sunrise, cool like the sunset. Rock waves on the beach, close 9 after the love set. Wait down when I'm done yet, it's the perfect moment. I'd love with abundance, a perfect component. Potent with you by my side.
Dude, that's good. That's a really like, wow, how do I even describe that? That was like really mellow, but also not mellow at the same time. Like that was like really deep and sad, but also like I was vibing with it, you know?
That's it. Such a sad song.
Dude, I love that. That's absolutely fantastic. Well, look, man, we've come to the end of our time. I wanted to say thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. Where can people find you? Where can people find you and listen to your music?
Sawboss Music on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Sawboss_music Instagram and TikTok.
Okay.
I think you can find me Sawboss Music as well.
And then YouTube. What's your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is Sawvevo, SAWVEVO.
Okay, well, no need to spell it because it's already in the description below. So all you have to do is just click the links that have been provided and you can go check out Sawboss all on your own. He's been a friend of mine for a long time and I really, really enjoy his music. I've been listening to his music for years. If this is the first time you've heard of him, I've been listening to his music before you. Ha! Anyway, you guys have an excellent evening. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm gonna go ahead and let you all go. Have a great afternoon.